So then you're working down there. You're getting rated really well. Was there the rating system? You want to tell me about the rating system? So it was just like a Yelp for down there, or the celebrities were rating you like how? Like just through if not through Starbucks? That I'm confused about that.
Yeah, no. So at the end of everything, I was told that they were on their user side that they could pick my basically. How my job does the same way like Uber does, and you would get a rating, and so that as long as your rating stayed above a certain number of stars, you got to stay down there. And after a while, I mean, it was crazy, but like I loved it. I started on the graveyard shift because somebody has to be there 24 hours a day.
So is 3 8-hour shifts? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Or is it 12 and 12?
Yes. It's 3 8-hour shifts. So there's like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. I punch in, somebody punches out, and
are you having like fun with your coworkers because you're both in this experience together?
You cannot tell anybody what happened during your 8-hour shift.
There's no communication.
There's no communication other than the woman who trained me. I did not get to know anybody else. I was
Area 51.
Yeah.
But man, just to be frank with you, I hate to hit you like this, but like you signed the NDA, so you are a man of integrity. I know you to be. You're proud of that. You're breaking your NDA. How do you live with that? I mean, like ethically.
Well, I started to see that there's an imbalance in our society, and that there's a certain higher level people who get stuff that everybody else doesn't. And at the time, I thought, oh, that's just the way life is. But now with all this stuff coming out with, Epstein and dragging the swamp and all these things, I wanted to shine light on some of the things that are out there, and people not just think we're living in the status quo. You know what I mean? I felt like it was my responsibility to be somebody who I don't know, pointed a finger at what was wrong. And so I used some of the crypto money to get an NDA lawyer, and like I said, I've yet to actually find anything in that NDA that is ironclad enough for me to not speak out.
And so obviously nobody's contacted you since a year ago, so you might be right your lawyer was right in their assumptions.
With all the stuff that's coming out, we're starting to see that there is stuff that like the government, the 1%, like people just aren't telling us. And you know what I figured? I figured if it meant going to jail, it was worth it to just shine a light on what was going on, and so be it. So that way I could wake people up. And thanks to the success and what you did, I feel like if anything was to happen, it just confirms everything that I'm saying.
Wow.
And so I feel like speaking the truth prevailed, and the truth always wins.
Yeah, and I love that sentiment, and that makes perfect sense. I wish you were more active in the comment section, because I don't want to step in and referee because they're coming at you. But well said. What can you say to that? Something that I will agree with the haters on is, please untwist that. These are always twisted. And that was a huge comment we got. And it drove me crazy when you were telling this crazy story. And I'm going, am I just afraid of the intimacy of this mind-blowing story that I'm focusing on the strap? And everybody kept saying, hey, and I was looking at it the whole damn time that you were recording the first one. And that was a huge comment. Thank you for driving the traffic, because there's conversations about your strap. And I just... Okay, all is well in the world.
Well, moving forward, I won't wear this.
Yeah. No, you could wear it. Just for I feel a lot safer now that they're flattened out. But thank you for that. So, how long did you work down there for?
I was down there for maybe 2 years, 9 months, somewhere in that.
Okay,
somewhere in that.
And at the top of the podcast, you were talking about, because of our initial airing of this information, you were able to connect with other employees of the Actorbahn and other people working down there. Were you guys finally able to trade notes? We were able to piece. Can you give us into some of those private conversations you have with other cast members, so to speak, of the actor bond, and some of the other. What have you all pieced together? Are you experiencing the same PTSD or the same kind of like just overall experience of, wow, we can't share this? And what was that like? I don't want you to break anybody's anonymity or pull anybody else into this, but what were some of those kind of common themes coming up in these amazing conversations you're having now with other employees down there?
No, I'll never say anybody's name. I getting a chance to meet up with them. We meet like kind of once a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you know what it is? It's that you constantly question whether or not it did or didn't happen.
Amazing.
And so you're like, did that actually happen?
Yeah.
And so once you get validation from other people that it did, you just like don't feel crazy, I think is the best way to describe it. You feel like you have like a unique experience with other people that like only you guys have. I mean, I'm assuming like, not this intense, but it's like what you feel like when you like go to probably war with somebody. Like they're the only people who
veterans.
Yeah.
They're veterans in the underground tunnels.
Yeah. And so I think we got to see how far it like actually went. Like,
you mean physically?
No, yeah. Like I got to meet somebody who worked at a Pinkberry in Santa Barbara.
Oh, Montecito and
I got to meet somebody who worked at a beef jerky stand down in San Diego, like in the La Jolla area. And so it was like just kind of fascinating that this thing was like so much bigger than any of us could ever like imagine. You know what I mean?
I don't want to. I mean, it's hard as a host of a podcast sometimes because you want to pull all these exciting stories, and I don't want to harm anybody, but I would love to have some of your quote unquote coworkers come in with you and just watch one of these reunions in real time. That would be an honor if it ever comes up. I would.
I'll bring it up to the group. I think that there's. I mean, you got to understand when we got that email.
Yeah. So
there
how
was
did
an
it all
ironclad NDA in there.
Yeah.
We before I even entered, I signed that NDA, and during my orientation, Danielle basically sat me down and said, "Look, if you speak about this to anybody, the people who do this could ruin your life."
Wow, and I believe
and
that.
And dude, once you saw what I saw, you'd believe it. But she said, if you're quiet and you work hard, you can make really, really good money. The type of money that'll take care of you forever.
That's unbelievable.
And she was right. I know I squandered a lot of the Bitcoin.
Yeah,
right?
I don't.
But I still had enough to live a pretty good life. I mean, I haven't really had to work, and now you'll be surprised, but like, I own a coffee shop.
You own a coffee shop after all that? Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I was laughing because that's such a crazy thing. But I mean, if you want to give a shout out, where are you slanging coffee these days?
Oh yeah, my coffee shop's in Laughlin, a place called Morning Joy. I run it with my buddy Nick.